Hello, welcome to this video. I'm Samrit Saxena. I'm a certified career counselor and a management consultant. In the last 5 years, I have helped more than 7,000 plus students from class 9 to 12th choose the right career for themselves. In today's video, I will be talking to you about how to do self-introspection before choosing a career for yourself. Let's move towards the whiteboard. So I will be sharing my screen just a second. Yeah. So there are few things which we should keep in mind before choosing a right career, and we should understand ourselves first before we choose a right career for ourselves, right? So how to do that? I will be talking about 3 to 4 things which you should definitely look at. So here, let me divide this page in 4 quadrants. So let's say this, okay. So the very first thing that we need to look at is our strengths. So when I say strengths, each and every individual on this planet has some unique ability. Each and every one of us are genius in our own ways, right? So it is very important for us to understand what is our strengths. So when I say strengths, there are different things which you can look at. Either you are really good in your communication skills. This can be one of your strengths. Okay. So we find some people who are good at their verbal aptitude. They are good at in communicating with others. They know how to talk and get the things done, right? So whether that is your strength or not, you can look at it. Second thing, when it comes to strengths, can be some people have good leadership qualities. So are you someone who feel that yes, if I am in a set of 4 5 people, or if I am in a group, I can lead the group? Okay. If you feel that you enjoy taking leadership roles in your school, maybe becoming a school coordinator or becoming a academics coordinator, right? So that can be one of the signs that which can show that yes, you carry those leadership skills. So that can be one of the strengths. Next can be skills, can be coding. So suppose you are really good at coding and you uh, enjoy languages like C++ or Java or Python or R. So that can be one of your unique strengths, right? Fourth can be empathy. Empathy can be one of your core strengths, right? So suppose you can understand how the emotions, how a person is going through his or her own emotions. When you talk to your friends, you guide them, you help them, that okay, this is a rough patch which is coming in your life, I can help you out. You listen to people and try to help them out, right? So that can be one of the strengths. And then using this strength, you can get into the fields like counseling, teaching, right? So that can be one of your strengths. Innovation can be one of your strengths. So you will find some people who are who are innovators. They are always thinking out of the box, and they can come up with unique solutions for the things, right? So do you think that you are that kind of person who is more of on an innovative side? So that can be one of your strengths. Then you can be, are you a problem solver? So suppose agar if somebody brings some kind of problems which they are facing, okay, if there is a problem, you always jump into that, try to find out solution. Is that kind of approach you carry in your life? So if that is there, problem solving can be one of your strengths. Are you very much artistic, right? So being artistic can be one of your strengths. Like it when I say being artistic, you can be good dancer, or you like to paint, you like to sing, anything, right? So do you think that you are more of an artistic person and that is your core strength area? Look at it, right? Then what kind of what type of work do you like to do, whether it is more of a mental kind of work or a physical work? Which what type of work you prefer? So when I say mental work, it is more of using your brains and thinking, thinking and coming up with solution. Or when I say physical, it can be more of going going out, meeting people, and then solving problems, right? So try to analyze what kind of strengths, or I mean, are you mental, uh, uh, is your strength lies in being mental or physical, right? then uh, then are you good at, sometimes you will find people who are good in explanations, right? So do you like explaining things to others, or just many times it may happen that a friend of yours comes to you, he or she is not able to understand the concept, and then you go and guide them like this is how it works, this is what the teacher has taught. So maybe explaining things can be one of your strengths, right? Then execution. So let's take an example. You have to organize a event or a fest in your school, right? So you take the lead, you take the lead, and you try to execute the end to end event inside your school, starting from planning, then finding out resources, and then executing it, right? So are you that kind of person who loves execution, and that is your core strength, right? Are you a problem solver? So regarding problem solving, I have already talked about you, right? So these are some of the strength areas which you can look at. Okay, apart from it, also try to analyze what is your unique strength, right? And how will you know that? You will know that when people you will know that what is your unique strength when people will start giving you feedbacks. So आपके friends, your parents, your siblings, your relatives will start, will say that, you are good at this, you are really good at this, and your friend will say, yeah, you are good in your communication skills, or uh, you you are really good at in your leadership skills, right? So your people surrounding you will start giving you feedback about your strengths, right? So please be observant about your own strengths, what kind of strengths you carry, right? So this is the first thing which we need to understand and try to analyze what is our unique strength, because each and every one of us has some kind of unique strength which we all carry, right? The only thing is we are not able to identify it at the right time before choosing a right career, right? So this is first thing. Second thing which is very important is before choosing a career is look at, let's talk about subjects. So, which are the subjects when you, which are those subjects which you are really curious learning, right? You are really curious learning. So, the keyword over here is curious, right? So which are those subjects which you are really curious, like you really want to, when you study those subjects, you feel like, yes, this I'm enjoying the most, and you have this curiosity of going deep down into that career, into that subject, right? So try to find out. It can be, suppose, let's take an example. You when you study economics can be one of the subjects which you are really curious, and when you are always waiting for the economics period in your school. Or it can be history, like you wait for history period in your school, and then you, whenever you are reading, you have this curiosity, what happened next, how what happened next, like such kind of curiosity. For what topics or subjects you feel that kind of curiosity, that is very important for us to understand. Now uh, uh, let's take an example. And also second thing which we have to look at is, this was the first thing, second thing which we have to look at is combination of two subjects, right? So which are the two subjects which you are really curious and enjoy reading, right? Matlab, it's never a pressure for you that oh, again, this is the subject. It should be like, oh wow, today we are having this subject, I have to read this, yes. And the time passes by. So curiosity and interest, which are the top two subjects which you have, right? So let's take an example. So if we take an example like here, so suppose you enjoy economics, you are really curious about reading economics, and also you are really good at maths, right? So which are the career options which you can choose? So maybe thinking of going into the field of econometrics, right? Then if suppose, that can be one of the options. If you love economics plus you also enjoy, studying about uh, international relations, IR, international relations, right? How the economy of the world works, right? In that case, maybe getting into research based fields, research based fields in economics and working with economic think tanks can be a good option. Then working for organization like World Economic Forum, right? So we have to figure out what are the two subjects which we enjoy doing. Let's take some more examples. Okay, sorry. Here, yeah. So suppose if you enjoy biology, right, plus you also like maths, right? So what are the career options which you can look at? You can look at career options like bioinformatics. Or let's take an example. You also like computer science, right? Computer science or IT, right? So if these are the combination like bio plus computer science and even maths, bioinformatics can be one of the career options, right? Which you can get into. Then if suppose uh, you like statistics, right? Stats is something which you like, plus biology is something which you like, right? So something in genome sequencing. Genome sequencing is something which you can get into, like study of genes, right? Genetic disorders, right? So a lot of career options are there, but my recommendation is try to understand which are the two subjects which you are really curious and interested in, right? So the keyword is being curious and being interested, and try to find out which are the career options combining these two subjects, right? Next, coming to the third thing, which is also equally important, is third is try to analyze your hobbies. Okay, so what do you enjoy doing in your free time? Enjoy doing in your free time. So try to analyze. So suppose you enjoy singing, right? Singing is something which you really love to do. So you have to ask yourself these two questions. The number one question is you have to ask yourself is uh, how can I how can I make a career out of it? How can I make a career out of it? If you feel that you are really passionate and enjoy singing, then find out how can I make a career out of it, and how can I earn out of from this? How can I earn? Right. So for that, what you can do is you can do a research and look at people who have become singers coming from a simple background, and then they have become a great singers, right? What kind of steps they have chosen in their career journey. Just go through these people and their career journey spans. It will give you a clarity about what things you can learn from them and incorporate in your own life, right? So try to understand what your hobbies are. And first is, do you really want to make your hobbies into your career, right? If you don't want to make it, that's absolutely fine. But if you feel that yes, I really enjoy doing this, whenever I'm doing this, the time passes by, I really enjoy, and I see myself doing this for entire life, then you can start introspecting on these lines, right? So this was the third thing. Fourth is fourth again fourth point is personality. Understanding our own self, our personality is very important. So here let's take an example. Try to, when I say personality, what are the factors you can consider? So let's take an example. Try to assess first thing whether you are an introvert or you are an extrovert, right? If you are an introvert are the people who love solitude. They don't need a lot of people by surrounding themselves to feel happy. They gain their energy from in solitude. They will be sitting alone, but they are happy in their own world, and then they can focus a lot, right? People like Bill Gates is introvert. Many famous people like Mahatma Gandhi was an introvert, right? So try to understand whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. Being extrovert can be, people who love to be surrounded by a lot of people, right? And they are go-getters, always surrounded by people. So that is something which they gain. energy from, right? So if suppose you are an introvert, so let's take an example, good career options, or what kind of fields the introverts can get into. Introverts can get into fields like research, right? Research, counseling, right? But extroverts, they can get into the fields like mass communication, public relationships, right? So let's take an example. Suppose there is a person who is an extrovert in nature, but he comes into the field of, research, right? Where he has to uh, sit down and, do research. He may not enjoy, and after time he will get frustrated and he may not continue on that, right? So understanding your personality is very important. So this can be one type of personality on which you can try to analyze. Second, it can be second personality type can be what kind of attitude you carry. Attitudinal, right? So this can be one of the personality traits, whether you are a more of a chill kind of person, right? Have a decent casual approach, and or you are more of a, competitive kind of person. So look at yourself, whether you are a chill or you are a more competitive. If you are competitive person, maybe working in corporates and climbing the ladder in the career can help. But if you carry more of a not that much competitive personality, and you are put into this kind of very competitive field you choose, in again you will become frustrated and you will not be able to grow into that career, right? Similarly, if you are very competitive in nature, and if you have been put into a very casual kind of work culture and a career, again you will become frustrated, right? So it is very important that we understand what kind of attitude, sorry, the personality we carry, and accordingly choose our career. Then the third kind of attitude can personality can be what is your emotional orientation, right? When I say emotional orientation, it means either you are, you are more on an emotional side, you understand feelings, you have a lot of emotions, or you are strong and resilient, like emotions don't bother you a lot, right? So again, so if you are emotional type of person, in that case career options which requires empathy can be helpful, right? If you are very strong and resilient, maybe very competitive careers like investment banking can be a good career option for you, right? But not vice versa, like emotional person should not get into a very competitive and resilient kind of career options, right? So this is something which we talked about personality, right? So I hope you got some kind of sense, like what are the things we need to do, or what are the pointers which we need to take care of before choosing a career, so that we make a right decision, make a right introspection about ourselves, and then decide what career suits us, right? So I hope this video was helpful. There are lots of concepts which goes in when it comes to right career selection. Please type in the comment box what are your strengths, what kind of personality you carry, what are your hobbies, right? And which are the top two subjects which you really are curious about learning. If you have liked this video, please subscribe the channel, and please type down your own queries about choosing your career. If you feel stuck, that you are confused, please write down your detailed question. I will personally try to go through those questions, and I will try to make video, or I will respond you back on the chat, right? So thank you very much for giving your time and watching this video. Thank you. We'll meet next time. Thank you. Bye.